So welcome to this class. In this session, we are going to do an example on hyperbola. The problem is to analyze the equation 4x squared minus 16y squared plus 25 equals to 0. So to analyze equation, we mean that we state the coordinates of the foci, vertices, center, and then sketch the graph to show the orientation when we present it on the XY plane. So solution. So the first thing, we have to transform the equation into standard form. So therefore, we'll start by saying 4x squared minus 16y squared equals to negative 25. But remember, the standard form dictates that the right-hand side should be 1. So therefore, we divide each term by minus 25, minus 25, and then minus 25. By doing this now, this term now becomes the positive one. So we'll have 16 over 25 y squared. Now this will be minus 4 over 25 x squared equals to 1. So this one tells us that the equation is of this form, must be of this form: x over y squared over a squared minus x squared over b squared equals to 1. But you see, these coefficients should be 1, and then we need to have a squared in the denominator. Remember, 16 over 25 is the same as 1 over the reciprocal, which is 25 over 16. So then we are going to make use of this aspect. So remember, in general, a over b is the same as 1 over b over a. So doing that for this term, we'll have y squared over 25 over 16 minus x squared over 25 over 4 equals to 1. And then you can say this is the same thing as saying y squared over 25 is the same as 5 squared, 16 is the same as 4 squared. So I can write 5 over 4 squared minus x squared. 25 is the same as 5 squared, 4 is the same as 2 squared, squared equals to 1. So which shows that my a is 5 over 4 and my b is 5 over 2. I remember c squared is given by a squared plus b squared, so which will be 5 over 4 squared plus 5 over 2 squared, and this will give me, so we have 25 over 16 plus 25 over 4. That's the same as 125 over 16 which tells me that c is the square root of 125 over 16, which is the same as 5 root 5 over 4. The same thing as saying this roughly 2.795084.972. So remember, a hyperbola of this form means the center is 0, 0, and the transverse axis is along the y-axis. So therefore, we can say the equation given describes a hyperbola whose center is 0, 0, and transverse axis is on the y-axis. Since its equation, since the equation can be written in the form y squared over a squared minus x squared over b squared equals to 1. So remember, in this case, vertices v1 is given by 0, a, v2 is given by 0, minus a, f1 is given by 0, c, and f2 is 0, minus c. So therefore, we have vertices v1 is 0, and what we got as our a in this question is 5 over 4. So 0, 5 over 4. And v2, 0, minus 5 over 4. And then foci, f1 is 0, c is 5.5 over 4. And we have f2 is 0, minus 5.5 over 4. And then equations of the asymptotes. Remember, asymptotes, when the equation is of this form, we are given by y equals to plus or minus a over b x. So i.e., the asymptotes are y equals to plus or minus. So our a is 5 over 4. Our b from our calculation is 5 over 2. X will be plus or minus. So 5 over 4 divided by 5 over 2 gives us a half. So these are half x. So they are y equals to a half x and y equals to minus half x. And then eccentricity is given by c over a, which is 5.5 over 4 divided by our a, in this case, is 5 over 4. So 5.5 divided by 4, divide 5 over 4, around 2.236067977. So then now we can sketch the graph. So sketch. So we'll have our y-axis. So V, we have, so V1, so 5, 4 is 5 over 4 is 1.25. So I can say, let this be my So I have this. And then I have this, so then so this is 5/4, negative 5/4. Coordinate of this one is 5/4. And then this y equals to a half x. This y equals to minus a half x. And this is what you can say the point here. This way you have f1, this you have v1, so you have v2, then you have f2 at this point here. So this is a graph of 4x squared minus 16y squared minus plus 25 equals to 0. So that's how we solve or how we analyze that given equation. Thank you.